Good evening and welcome to another episode of our One True Red podcast. Today we're going to start off with the Liverpool versus West Ham game, where Liverpool got a little bit lucky. VVD scoring a last-minute winner.
Luckily, this is a friendly show, Uche. I was about to say something there. I had to stop myself.
It's about time. You should have had that about 2 months ago.
Is that looking good? No, carry on, Mr. Host. Don't be distracted.
We'll start with you. What did you make of the game today?
Obviously, quite a nerve-wracking. Well, not really nerves, but as in we thought we had 3 points, and second half we just didn't show up for whatever reason. West Ham was actually on it and played really well. Probably deserved the equaliser. But the bottom line is we dashed them on the equaliser. That clearance should never have happened. I don't know what Robertson was doing to block the view. And then obviously at that point, I'm thinking, it is what it is. Another draw when we could have taken full advantage and get this thing over and done with. And then, VVD popped up. Great cross. I thought we were looking quite threatening with a couple of corners today. So it was quite delightful to see us, pop up with that winner. It wasn't a great game from our point of view, but at least we scored the first goal. Obviously, again, the crowd was agitated, were nervous, rightly so, because of what was about to transpire. But all in all you could do is literally the job, which is get the 3 points. We've done that, and we move on to the next game. And hopefully, by this time next week, we'll come on here. Ipswich have already slapped up Arsenal, and we just need to win, and that's it. Champions.
I believe after today's game, Liverpool just need to get 6 more points to guarantee.
Yeah, but I'm saying it might not even come to that because, like I said, Ipswich could bang them up, Arsenal. And then this time next week, I can finally pop off the champers and I'll bring down more than a banner.
You should have been popping champers for over a month. You've lost all these days of celebration.
I have it, but I haven't popped it yet.
I've got a question. Aki, do you still want it to go down to the last day? This guy wanted it to go to the last day, yeah?
No.
Listen, you guys are 13 points clear and you're still worrying about getting results. Imagine it went to the last day. Oh my goodness.
You wouldn't see none of these.
Blood pressure's gone.
You'd be mad. Don't listen to, like I say, Aki's nuts, mate. I don't know what he was talking about that day. You want to have this over and done with him.
I think my words have been misconstrued, to be honest.
They haven't.
And I did post in the group chat what the Metro said about the anti-climax to our season. So it's not just my view; it's a widely held view amongst renowned journalists in the UK.
Renowned, are they? Metro.
What's the view? Okay. Go on, explain the view.
Well, it wasn't just Metro. Like on Sky Sports,
explain the view. I don't care about who said it, other than you. Explain the view.
It's an anti-climax because it's like there's no jeopardy. Like it's a procession.
So you wanted jeopardy? Is that what you're saying? As a Liverpool fan?
No. I'm just saying that it's been an anti-climax to the end of the season, mainly because of how we went out of the Champions League. How we got beaten by Newcastle. And fair enough, we will win the league second time in Premier League era, but it just feels a bit of an anticlimax because of those two results.
Let me be clear. The statement that you made about wanting it to go to the end of the season was before you were knocked out of those.
No, I didn't say I wanted it to go.
Yes, you did.
No,
there's an audit on this pod. So
exactly.
Just don't lie.
You definitely did.
No. You may have heard that, but that's not what I said.
Everybody's heard it. It's on the internet.
I didn't say that. I can't carry
If you can't,
it wasn't me.
If you can't back your chat and you come and lie,
I'll back my chat. But I never said that. I never said I wanted to go to the end of the season. All I'm saying is that if it goes to the last game of the season, then it's a lot more exciting.
You said you would prefer it to go to the last day of the season. That is exactly what you said.
Really?
Yes.
He
questioned you at the point as well, and you maintained it.
I don't believe I said that, but if I did, then I'll take that back.
That's all you needed to do. Thank you. Appreciate it.
But I don't believe I did say
all you needed to say.
Anyway, did you watch the game today? Did you watch the Champions?
You asking?
I've seen some issues in your team, yes. There's clearly an issue between VVD and Robertson. They've got beef. It's clear. Like, VVD didn't want to talk to Robertson. Robertson was trying it. VVD ignored him. Robertson didn't celebrate the goal. There's beef there. But Robertson will be gone. So
what are you talking about? He didn't celebrate the goal. He went to him and gave him a kiss or whatever. Of course he celebrated the goal.
I was watching. I was watching. Robertson is done anyway, so don't worry.
Yes, that one we can agree, but don't say he didn't celebrate. I mean, that's a bit harsh. He went there. He went to him.
Whose fault was the goal, by the way?
We won't tell him.
The own goal. Whose fault was it?
There's no question. Is that Robertson has been an idiot. I don't know what he's doing. So he shouldn't be there. The guy was gonna clear the ball. He's not expecting you to be like literally hogging him. Like, what are you doing? Exactly. He's in the complete wrong position. To be honest with you, right? If it was a proper attacking team, it was something that he was kind of obvious when Robertson was just literally out of position a lot during that game. I don't know, mentally something is not quite right. But it is what it is. You got to give people the props. I checked it and he had the 5th most minutes for the club, so in the Premier League. So great service, but obviously, if you're starting the season with Robertson at left back next season, something is up.
I think we've been linked with quite a few left backs. I don't reckon we'll sell him because he's one of our senior members of our team. And judging by the record of FSG, they'll probably keep him to the end of his contract. They prefer to do that than to sell them for minor money. I think Costas should go. He's even worse than Robertson, to be fair.
You wanted him to replace Robertson earlier in the season. That's another thing.
Not me. I've always been on this case since the beginning. You just make things up. Honestly, you just make things up. I've never been a fan of this. Anyways, CT, did you watch the game today? Did you watch the Champions?
Nah, I'm not going to waste my time and watch the.
What do you mean you're not going to waste your time? You're watching the Champions. You should watch it.
What did you think of the
Champions ages ago in the season? You know what I mean? What you guys are trying to make up some story? Exactly. Anti-climax and always.
You've won something now.
You've won it.
You've won it before, man.
Be happy, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you guys have won. I was waiting for the pings. I saw the West Ham equalizer. I was thinking, what's going on there? And then obviously you guys snuck a win. So
they hit the bar as well.
Congrats to you guys.
Yeah. They did all that. But they still lost though. They did all that. They still lost though. So good.
Yeah, West Ham were pretty terrible. To be fair,
no, don't do that. West Ham weren't pretty terrible in the second half.
I'm saying that generally they're terrible. Under Potter, they haven't had any improvement.
They look good in that second half. That's all I'm saying.
I think they played more free in that second half, but at the end of the day, they were like, if we had got the second goal, the game should have been over. But credit to them for showing up and making the game close. That's what the Premier League is about. Sometimes teams can surprise you. I mean, I was minding my business and I got a ping for sure yesterday, and a team that had no business, collected another point at the Emirates, which we might discuss soon. Who knows?
Well, talking of which, I think it's right to move on to that game. So, yesterday, Arsenal took a lead against Brentford, and yet another game where they dropped points, which is disappointing, I'd imagine, for the Arsenal fans. CT, what's your opinion of the game?
You know what? I predicted this on the last pod. I said whatever happened, I did. Whatever happens in that Real Madrid game, it's gonna sort of factor in what happens in this the game against Brentford, and it did. We made loads of changes. The players don't usually play with each other. We still dominated the game as well, so they done well. But it was poor to concede the way we did, considering it was so late in the game as well. But I'm glad that some players got rested, so they're going to be fresh for that Madrid game in the week. But I don't have any connection with the league anymore because I know it's done. But it was disappointed to actually concede the way we did, and that's a bit concerning going into another game. But luckily, it wasn't the team that's going to be playing on Wednesday. But it is what it is. It is what it is. The league, just get the league over and done with. You guys lift your trophy. Don't worry about us. It's come.
Yeah,
fair enough. Partey got injured, right? Do you reckon he'll be fit for the Real Madrid game?
Fortunately, he may be okay.
He is okay.
There you go. I just want to put that little controversy out there. You might not play, you might play. Leave them guessing.
And Mikey, what did you make of the game?
I've been watching games for a few weeks now, not really caring if we drop points because, as I said, the league was done. I didn't ever think that we were going to be at risk of losing second place, and I still don't think we will. And we've got all of our eggs in a different, bigger basket. So, yeah. That's
bigger basket.
What do you guys make of Marino? He's on a bit of form at the moment, right? 6 in 9, I hear.
Yeah. It was a good finish against Madrid.
Is he the future?
Yeah, of Liverpool.
No.
Don't be silly.
I heard you're in the market for a striker.
The disrespect. He scores 6 goals in 9 games for you guys, and the disrespect you give him.
That's why he needs to go to the Champions, right?
We don't need him.
What? We don't need it.
Either.
You're going to get rid of Nunes. You definitely need a striker.
Yeah, but not that striker. No, we don't.
Oh, okay. 6 in 9, no.
For you guys. I don't think Arteta would want to sell it. I think he'd probably prefer to sell Jesus or Havertz, who got much worse stats than he has.
Oh, Havertz has got worse stats, has he? He's got 15 goals this season.
6 goals in 9 is the prolific striker in my book. I mean, that's a very tidy striker right there. Man.
That's why I think he should go to the Champions.
He's not going to the Champions. Why are you discussing it?
Why don't you those numbers? Surely
we don't normally go for your players. We don't normally go for your players. So it's not going to happen.
Sometimes you got a charitable offer though, like Oxlade-Chamberlain.
A charitable, he did win a few things, but he knows he
gave us a nice amount of money for him. Yes,
he knows what he came to win.
Took up your injury room for a long period of time as well. Yes,
yeah, exactly.
But he won things at Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm glad. Well done, Oxlade-Chamberlain, for winning something at Liverpool.
So he had to leave a club that is not used to winning to come to a place where he can win things. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The one guy I want at the club is a whole different story. I want Saka. That's about it. Nothing else to do with your
It's an impossibility, my friend.
Apologize to your mouth out.
Yeah, that's the guy I really want. If we're serious about the whole, upgrading our team, we'll go for Saka.
You aren't serious. Why don't you say you want prime Messi and Mbappe as well?
No, I want Saka is what I said. I didn't say anything about no Messi.
You may as well say those names as well.
No, that's
possibly be.
I think Saka's been quoted as saying he wants to win trophies, and he's definitely not going to be able to do that at Arsenal. So he might have to leave next season or the season after.
Yeah, because I mean, what disappointment can he take? He should consider it as far as I'm concerned, and there'll be a space for him.
What, going to Liverpool?
Yeah, why not? You're saying, why not? Like people Sterling left.
2 years.
Other people leave big clubs. They want to win things. They join big clubs. Van Persie left.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
It could be in 2 years when Salah's contract runs out.
Sorry?
We're in the Champions League. Where are you?
I said Van Persie left you. There's a lot of clubs that left you.
No. Answer my question. We're in the Champions League. Where are you?
We're top of the league.
You're not there. You're locked out already.
Yeah, you're
relax, my friend.
What are you talking about? We're going to be in the Champions League next year. What are you talking
about? Big clubs. Liverpool aren't going to be in the contention for him. It's impossible.
What are you talking about?
For Saka?
Yes, he would never ever go to Liverpool.
We've already been linked with him. Like in the past season.
Who linked him?
Sky Sports, BBC.
The Metro probably.
Your sources are outrageous. Like you shouldn't even be able to talk on this pod.
No. Apparently,
that's it.
The rumours is that when Salah retires in 2 seasons, Saka will be the one to replace him.
Stop rubbish.
What?
You guys are going for 2 more seasons to make the most of it.
You get Saliba to replace VVD as well, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Gabriel.
No, we don't want Saliba. We're good.
Oh, you don't want Saliba?
No, I want
Saka. Is good enough, yeah?
Saka is the guy, man. Nobody else. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, man. I don't want no one else.
We're lifting the Champions League trophy. So what we talking about?
Lifting what?
Whoa. Seeing as we're talking about that, let's do a review.
CT, say it again.
I'm telling these guys, they're not listening to me. I predicted we're going to beat Real Madrid. So what's happening right now?
And
you know what I mean? We're into the semis.
So what?
So worry about us. Worry about
you're not the only club. You're not the only club that's reached the semi-final of the Champions League before. What's the big deal?
On the first pod, what did I say?
I don't know what you said.
I know you know.
Remind us what you said. I don't know.
Did I not say we were going to make the final?
Yeah, but making the final is not winning it. That's what I'm saying. He's saying
to be there, but you're not going to be there. It's a pity. I swear down, I thought we was both going to be there.
We're not going to be there anyway, but let's not get ahead of us. This is funny to me anyway, because it's just material to come back to.
We're going to win the Champions League. There you go.
Why won't we be there again?
Wow.
Just we're going to beat Madrid.
You might even get knocked out Wednesday.
We're going to win the Champions League.
You might get knocked out on Wednesday. You're here.
You remember? Wait. Uche, you've been present on the pod. You've missed one, but I'm sure I've told you we would win the Champions League before.
You said you'll get to the Champions League.
No, fine. I'm sure we need Rel here because he's the.
Well, it doesn't matter what you say. I'm saying you have to actually go ahead and do it.
We're doing it.
Into existence.
Talk to me. We're doing it. We just slapped Madrid. We're doing it.
You might not even get past.
You didn't really slap him though. But hold on.
Wait.
You scored 2 free kicks.
Did you say we didn't really slap them?
No, you scored 2 free
Did you watch
kicks.
the game?
That should have scored when it was 0-0 when he was on goal. Yeah, I did actually.
No, you didn't.
Let's move on to that topic. Actually, let's go.
I did. Yeah, let's move on. Like, I don't necessarily think. I think Arsenal got lucky in that game. And, they did, and it wouldn't surprise me. And it wouldn't surprise me if you get thrashed 5-0 at the Bernabeu. It really wouldn't surprise me because I think you guys do have an element of bottle job within like the culture of your team. But CT, what did you make of the game, and what's your prediction?
I'm gonna take you up on what you said. We got lucky in that game. You obviously didn't watch the game. There could have been a lot more goals from us.
11 shots on target. What
are you talking about? Is that how you set up our historic win?
Yeah. Why have we got this guy as the host? I don't understand.
Set it up properly.
You just chatting rubbish.
Smashed Real Madrid.
Huh?
That's why I set it up properly. You did smash them. So focus on that. Focus on the positives.
True. We do have some operatives that are functional in this group.
Listen,
I was very happy to see
you got lucky because of the nature of the goals. There's 2 free kicks. Declan Rice could try that for another 400 attempts and never score again. So that's.
He went back to back.
He scored.
Wasn't the one
and he'll probably never score another free kick in the rest of his life.
I don't care. He scored the 2 free kicks he needed to against Real Madrid.
Absolutely,
we dominated that whole game. Real Madrid,
please take it away, CT. I came here for this. Please carry on.
Yeah, we missed a couple. Real Madrid, we gave them a couple of chances, but we totally dominated them at home. And I actually done Kivior a disservice, and I would like to apologize to him on this.
No, you didn't.
Good.
No, let me apologize for him.
Good. I'm glad you're doing that.
He marshaled that back line, and he done well with Saliba. So I'm gonna apologize for what I said about him. Because I didn't think he was up to it, Mike. I didn't think
he marshaled the back line. What's going on with the use of English today?
He was.
Listen, he done an exceptional job, and I'd like to commend him because I wrote him off before the game.
He made it through. That's what he did.
No, he done well. Let's be honest. He
did well.
It's probably his best game for us. It's probably his best game for us, to be fair. So no, we totally dominated. I'm so happy with the boys. Saka and Martinelli just gave their fullbacks some issues throughout the whole game, and their game plan was to sit back because they've probably seen teams come to the Emirates, sit back and then counter. It just didn't work for them. They gave us too much of the ball. They gave us too much time. They didn't know that our guys were hungrier than theirs, and we dominated the game. My only sort of criticism about that game is we didn't score more. We could have scored more. Their keeper done exceptionally well, and big up Declan Rice as well. As I was saying in the group chat, he should now be on our free kicks because Odegaard's. I don't know what Odegaard's stats are with free kicks, but it's not that great. But Declan, he really showed up, and well done to the boys. And I think we're just gonna probably sit back and Real Madrid and see our way through.
Very good.
What about you, Mikey?
What do you want to know?
Well, what do you opinion of the game? How do you think the next one's going to go? Second leg.
It was a fantastic result. Well played to the boys. I think every player was excellent. Partey was excellent. In the middle, Rice's free kicks out of this world. Two of the best free kicks that I've seen. Marino scored a nice goal. Miles Lewis-Skelly was excellent. 18-year-old left back with an assist in the quarterfinals of the Champions League.
Best in the league.
You know, it was a good performance. Obviously, you're worried because they've got Mbappe, and he could do anything at any time. Bellingham was very upset at the final whistle. That was a pleasure to see. Vinny Jr. was pretty quiet. If we can keep them half as quiet in the Bernabeu, then it'll be fine. I expect us to score out there because we had too many chances in that first leg not to get a goal out there. And if we get a goal, then it's done.
Were you surprised at the performance?
No way, let me go, Aki. What you said about Martinelli, Mikey?
About the performance, Martinelli's, I can't swear on this pod.
What are you doing, man? That was your opportunity to say, look, he done well in that game.
Rubbish. Oh, sorry. Martinelli did well in that game, considering he's so poor. Saka was excellent, considering the guy's been out for so long. Saka's just ridiculously good. Martinelli was good, but I need better than what he's showing, and that's why he will be replaced next season. But hopefully he can improve over the next few games in the Champions League, but he's not the one.
And were you surprised with the performance?
Not surprised with the performance, surprised with the scoreline, yes. I'd expect to concede against Madrid, especially with Kiwior at the back. To keep a clean sheet and to win 3-0, that's an exceptional result.
You think Carlo played the wrong tactics against you guys?
Does Carlo have tactics?
Yeah.
I think that there was a selection that I wouldn't have.
Carlo's the top manager?
That wasn't the question, and that wasn't the answer.
No, but if you don't think he has tactics, then you don't think he's a top manager, then, right?
Carlo doesn't have tactics. It's just well known. He gets his team to play. He gets his team to play. Tell me, what tactical amendment did he make during the game?
I wasn't really.
Okay, the one thing that I think Carlo made a mistake with was starting Modric, because he didn't have the legs to cope in the midfield. But he relied on him to be able to get on the ball and to be able to dictate. That was what he was there for. But we had the legs. I'm glad that Camavinga is suspended for his stupidity at the end of the game. That will help us in the second leg. Although they'll probably have Tchouaméni, right? To come in. I see Mbappe is indisciplined today with a red card. Hopefully he's indisciplined on Wednesday as well. Removes himself from the pitch and then be calm.
Okay, cool. What about you, Trey? Did you watch the game?
Fantastic game. What do you mean we don't watch the game? I'm all glued onto the game. It was absolutely breathtaking, well-deserved destruction of Real Madrid, and I loved every single minute of that game. I thought Arsenal were majestic. I thought they were brilliant. They were a joy to watch. But one of my favorite games this season. Loved every minute of it. Everything these guys have said about the same players who were great. I thought Saka was exceptional. His ability to take players on, get fouls, draw fouls. They were scared of him. They decided they're not going to double up on him until it was too late. By the time they started doubling up on him, it was definitely too late. So it was a great performance. Absolutely two ridiculous free kicks by a player that's never scored a free kick in his life. Just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I loved everything about it. Can't give enough props to Arsenal fans. Some of them keep deceiving themselves that I hate on their team. They're just deceiving themselves. There's nothing else. I would never say this. If I can't stand your team, there's no way I would have said these things. It just would not happen. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. So absolutely majestic night. Great night at the Emirates for people that actually can, lucky enough and fortunate enough to go to the games. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's exactly what we want. Do that again. Brilliant.
I don't think we can do it again, but 0-0 will do.
So I guess what are your predictions for the second leg?
Okay, if we're gonna go into second leg, my opinion, just my opinion, is that if Real Madrid score, get a second goal at any point in the game, Arsenal are going out. It's as simple as that.
So what's the prediction?
And it wouldn't surprise me at all. I think Arsenal will go out. That's my prediction.
What's the score?
I don't know. I just think they'll go out. It might be 3-3.
It's a prediction, mate. It's a prediction.
I'm telling you, I don't know. I said it might, as I don't know the final score, but it might go into extra time at 3-3, and then they'll crumble. Because I just
prediction is 3-3 penalties.
3-0 then.
I just strongly feel that Arsenal players are not exposed to this level of scrutiny, to this level of what is required to be done on the day. What they need is a 0-0, and what they're going to get is panic station. I will not even be too shocked if they go down to 10 men. So I'm expecting a capitulation by Arsenal in the second leg. Do I want it to happen? No, I do not.
Because I'm a liar. You're a liar. That's what you're saying.
Don't do that.
He was going to win. So this is a man that just spent 2 minutes trying to make you believe that he doesn't have anything against Arsenal. And then he wants to suggest that we're going to get a man sent off, lose 3-0, and then get knocked out in the second leg. This guy is born to lie.
He wants us to lose, bro. No.
Honestly, what I want is
you.
I want a repeat of your performance. I strongly feel that those guys in that ground know full well what they can do at that ground. They're just more experienced than you. And if they go, I expect them to get 2 goals. And once they get that second goal, you're gonna go out. That's what I feel. Now, if that doesn't happen, then it's gonna be a simple. And I'll be the first to congratulate Arsenal on a fantastic result. But if you're asking me, I think those are the kind of games where the cures and all the stuff that you will fear in CT is gonna happen in the second leg. That's what I feel.
Yeah, I think they've just got as much pressure as we have as well. So
I don't think they have that much pressure, honestly. I really don't
think so.
But the reason why I say that is because they won so many things. This dude is probably on his way out, yeah. So they're gonna trigger a tactic that say, look, we are Real Madrid, and this is our ground, and we're playing Arsenal. No disrespect, with disrespect. That's how they're gonna approach the game. That's just my belief.
If they're gonna come out and attack us like a bunch of madmen, then we've got space in behind, and we're gonna counter. So
that's why I don't know if
it's gonna work in our favor. I'd rather them be more open than us.
Yeah, but you know what you just said is what I'm wondering if that would actually happen in reality, or would you just try to hold on to the lead? So it would be quite an interesting thing to see. Exactly what you said. Would that actually happen? Would they actually trigger that counter? Would they actually be set up for that counter? Because you can end this game early as well. I have no doubt about it. That's why I said genuinely someone said
on the week. That's how we scored our goal on the weekend against Brentford.
I know that. Listen, I know all this, but I'm telling you, your players at that ground, knowing what your players are made of, they're not made of the strong stuff. That's what I'm doing. That's my opinion, though.
The one player that is made of that kind of stuff is Saka.
Definitely,
and that's why we got him. And so Saka is going to be key in the game, and Saka will have a chance, and I trust that Saka will score.
Well, so on that, maybe he doesn't last the 90 minutes because
we've got 2 quick players wide.
No, I'm just saying on your Saka.
No, just to respond in terms of countering and being fast on the counter and transition. We've got 2 quick players wide. We will be on the transition and we will be countering. There's no doubt that we're going to hold in for a bit because that's what Arteta does. It's not what I would like to see. I'd like to see us just start and play as we did at the Emirates, because then I think we're guaranteed a goal.
Yes.
He won't, because we're 3-0 up. He's going to hold in, and yes, there is a chance that we'll concede. And yes, there is a chance that those dreams of yours will come true.
They're not a dream. I don't have those kind of dreams.
More than likely is that Martinelli and Saka will both get chances because of their speed and pace. Saka had that left back on toast.
Yeah, he did.
Let him come again, and it's going to happen.
Over.
Yeah, I agree. But like I said, that's why I think it's not as clear-cut as that. I think what you just said is what I'm thinking. He's going to hold back. You're going to try to defend. They get the first goal. At the end of the day, as we're talking, they've got 3 players who are absolute out of this world in Bellingham, Mbappe, and Vinicius Jr. If they do something that is of their caliber, within their capability, within their abilities as forwards, as strike, as what they are, that's not going to surprise me. I would like to sit here and say I was going to be shocked. It's not going to surprise me because this is their stage. They own this stage. This is literally.
Mbappe missed some deep chances though.
Yes, he did. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Are there any Arsenal players on booking away from missing the semi-finals?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You just got to get through.
Sure you even support Arsenal? You don't even know.
Are you understanding? Oh, tell us. Seeing as you think that's relevant, tell us why.
Yeah.
Go on.
What do you mean?
What's the relevance?
You're predicting we're going to get smoked. So why do you care about us, our players?
Yeah.
Away from I don't understand.
It doesn't make sense.
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
Right. So let me respond to you. So second yellows in this competition, in my mind, are nonsense anyway. You play the game and you play to win and you play normally. Absolutely. If you end up getting a second yellow, you get a second yellow. It's a part of the game. If you need to make that tackle, you make that tackle. Otherwise, you shouldn't be on the pitch. That's why I'm saying the question is just nonsense.
Not really. But if you think about like someone like Saliba or like MLS,
it doesn't matter. Make the tackle. Make the tackle.
Really make the tackle. Okay. I think that's your opinion.
You weren't necessary. You never, as professionals, as far as I know, none of those players have ever been in the semi-final. You do what you need to do to get through. I completely agree with that. What does it matter? If you're on a yellow, you do what you need to do. What do you think this is? This is not about you. This is about your club. You do what you need to do to make sure you get through to the next round. Then if you're not there, you're not there. Like, it's not about you anyway.
Unless it's Saka, then he has to calm down.
Yeah, but it's not going to be Saka, is it?
Everyone else can get another yellow. I don't care.
Yeah, but you'll be all right, man. You'll be all right. Worry about the fact that by Thursday you might be out of the Champions League or something.
You hope.
No.
Anyway, I want some real predictions here. So none of this phony stuff that Uche's
given a prediction. What are you talking about?
How is it phony? Why is it phony? Sorry.
Because you didn't say a score.
I told you we're going to and go to extra time, and then
we're going to get beat 3-0 like in full time.
Didn't you beat them 3-0? What's the big deal? I don't get it. You did it.
I'm asking you a question. You're getting defensive.
You're an exceptional team. What are you doing?
Okay.
Only you allowed to score 3 goals. Why are you
we are the great Arsenal.
I'm just saying. You're predicting 3-0 in full time.
You're acting like what I'm saying is outrageous. The same way that you just beat them.
It's a yes or no question. Will we get beat 3-0 in full time? That's what you're saying. You're sticking to that, yeah?
I'm sticking to the fact that Arsenal will crumble and you're going to go out.
Right.
What about you, Mikey?
2-1 to Madrid.
Arsenal Madrid. CT?
Yeah, 1-1.
1-1. I'm going to go 5-0 Real Madrid.
What did you say for the first leg? Just for the viewers, what did you say for the first leg?
That's how I know that it wasn't just 2-0 for the first leg.
Yeah,
I would have said a lower score because they're away.
No, you wouldn't have. You would have been even more high.
I'm choosing 4-0 or something like stupid like that.
Nah, to be fair, I was a bit surprised with Declan Rice has never scored a free kick before in his whole entire life. So you guys got extremely lucky that he scored 2 bangers.
Why are you drawing on that?
You guys have been lucky all season with
we haven't.
Not getting a red card.
It was 1-0.
What are we doing?
Craig, respect yourself. Okay, Craig, respect yourself. Respect yourself.
No, this is ridiculous. What are you saying?
I agree. It's ridiculous what he's saying.
What do you mean?
It's not luck, bro. We dominated that game.
Before that game, had Rice scored a free kick in his whole entire life? No, he hasn't.
Who cares? He has now.
So, like, it's a bit lucky that the game that he scored 2 free kicks came in.
Why is it lucky?
Because he's never done it before.
Did the wind blow the ball in?
No, he's never done it before. Unlikely to do it again. So it's just a one-off. Luck.
So a player scoring a goal is lucky, is it?
That's disrespectful.
No. What I'm
answer.
If he scores another free kick again like that, then it's not lucky. But if he doesn't do it again, then it's lucky.
He's done it twice in one game and it's lucky.
It wasn't just
one. Yeah, because there's one game. That's how lucky
it was lucky. Because it was because there were 2 free kicks scored in one game, it was lucky. He scored one.
If he does it in another game,
it wouldn't have been lucky.
If he does it in another game, then it's not lucky. I'll stand by that. But
let's move on.
He didn't do it against Brentford.
Boo.
Disrespectful.
Anyway, there's another Premier League team in the Champions League, and they've got PSG.
And they messed up.
They did. But 3-1 is still within reach for them.
No, it's not. They're done.
You don't reckon?
It's over.
They're done. They needed to keep it at 2-1 and hope that they could do something.
2-1, 1-1, 0-1, whatever 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 scoreline they got, they were done anyway. They cannot handle.
My prediction.
Where's the game? Where's is it? In Paris, the return.
No, Villa Park.
No, it's Villa Park.
Yeah.
So if they got a positive result away, then they would have had a chance.
Well, they wouldn't have been able to because at the end of the day, they can't handle that trio. That trio is too much for them. It was way too much for them. And
to be fair, I think they did well to keep the score down to that amount. Really, I think PSG are going to be the winners. It'll probably be PSG versus Inter Milan in the final. And I wouldn't be surprised if PSG go on to win it.
Wait, you backed Inter before this round?
I did into the final. To the final
to win.
I definitely did against Bayern. Definitely.
No, you guys were all saying Inter will win the Champions League.
No, I said Inter will get to the final. I had Liverpool down to win the Champions League.
Hell no, you didn't.
I did.
They got knocked out, bro.
You got smoked.
Yeah, but I'm saying before we got knocked out, I had them down to win. and now that we're knocked out, I predict PSG to win.
All right.
Definitely won't be Arsenal. Anyway, predictions for the Villa PSG game?
They're out. They messed up my prediction. They messed up my thing. I thought they were going to have a bit of a challenge there, but I think they'll get smoked again 3-1, to be honest.
Villa 1, PSG 2.
3-1.
2. PSG.
Repeat score. Yeah, Villa can't touch them.
I think it might be like 2-2.
They'll be lucky.
Yeah, I think Villa are dangerous at Villa Park, though. I think didn't they beat Bayern Munich this season at Villa Park?
They did 1-0.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, this PSG attack, they're a bit different.
No idea.
With Hakimi in there as well. Like, Hakimi just pops up on the edge of the box, popping shots. It's crazy.
And they won the league as well, actually, I think, over the weekend. Or was that last weekend?
Yeah, well, they lost one week the week before, and then they've had the weekend off. So, all the best.
So it might be a bit rusty. Who are the other Champions League games? It's Bayern versus Inter Milan. I think Inter Milan won 2-1 away from home, so they'll be at the San Siro.
Yeah.
You guys thinking about that game?
I'm back in Bayern.
You're still back in Bayern? Come on, man.
They should have scored goals. You'll see.
Nah, Inter all day.
Listen, what are you going to change for? The game ended 2-1. So if you back Bayern before, why are you going to change like at 2-1? That don't make no sense.
Because Inter at home.
Because Harry Kane scored as well. It's like,
they've not conceded a goal at home all season in the Champions League.
There's a time.
And then I guess the final game was Dortmund Barcelona.
Yeah, forget that game. What's there to talk about?
3-0 that was, wasn't it?
It was 4-7-0.
Mismatch.
Forget that game, man. Don't forget that game, man. It's done.
I think Inter was clear.
I think Inter will be back. It's down to 4 points now because Real Madrid won earlier, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, 1-0.
All right. So we had some big news in this past week, actually on Friday, with Mo Salah signing a 2-year contract, and news that VVD is very close to signing a 2-year contract of his own. Uche, I guess you were pretty happy with that news.
Yeah, man. It was a very great morning. Normally, I wait for my Liverpool correspondent, who's in this pod, who always breaks all Liverpool-related news. And then when he didn't break it,
it's my reliable source, may I hasten to add.
And I knew something had happened, and thankfully he confessed to the rest of the members that he had fallen asleep, and that's why his sources was ringing him clearly to tell him break the news first, like he always does. But he was too busy sleeping. So yeah, it was nice. Somebody else broke the story, so I was like, "Wee, this is lovely, mate. 2-year extension. We're here to dominate. We're here to kill him." We're here to tell them how he's done. Delightful news. Nothing but delight. Absolutely fantastic. Buzzing. Just get VVD to agree by the end of next week. And he's going to have his own day. And off we go. Lovely jubbly.
Yeah, according to Romano, VVD is very close to signing a contract of his own. Expectation is it's going to go through, which leaves just Trent Alexander, which he's most likely going to Real Madrid. We're led to believe all the reports in the media.
I broke this already. Just stop. He's gone.
Listen, let's focus on what we.
It's not official.
Listen,
not official
when Fabrizio comes and breaks it, you're happy. When Mikey breaks it, you're like, no.
We're not talking about Trent. Goodness sake.
Listen, our host brought us onto Trent, okay?
No, I didn't. I just said Trent is
did.
the last one remaining.
You mentioned Trent.
What's going on?
But that's not a cue for you to. That's not a cue for you to come in anyway. Like from a rival's perspective, what do you guys make of Liverpool signing? Arguably, our two most important players.
I don't know why it's taken this long for you to sign them. It's ludicrous. It was in the players' hands, so they'll definitely be getting a big deal, especially Salah. Although it's got to the point where they didn't have that many options, did they, in terms of where they could go?
I think VVD had some options.
Where?
I think I heard Juve, Real Madrid. I heard a lot of teams were in for VVD.
What did Salah have? I heard the Madrid were never in for VVD. But
Bayern Munich, I think he was heavily linked with Bayern Munich. I think Salah was, Ali Saudi. But just to kind of come back to your point, you do know that our sporting director, there was a big overhaul, really, last summer in terms of our sporting director, our manager, etc. So I'd imagine the reason why they haven't signed a contract until now is the players themselves. I probably wanted to see how this new structure is going to work, whether we're going to be competing for trophies, etc., etc. And now that they're aware,
that's boring.
We're going to win the league.
That's boring. Salah's come out and said what he said. We've seen what's happened.
What did he say?
That he wants to stay. Long time ago. So what's the problem? The deal should have been done.
There is no problem.
We were in transition. We didn't have anyone sign a contract.
That's what we should be talking about. But my man's bringing it back to some nonsensical point. But if you want to draw on that, then the deal should have been done a long time ago.
Ages ago.
That's a fact. The timing of the Salah signing
unsettles the players.
Like so unsettled that we're going to win the league this season at Cantor. Yeah, really unsettled.
Say that again.
That's his future. Of course, he's going to be unsettled.
He said it's going to be unsettled. Yeah. This season has probably been one of his most productive seasons. He's broken Thierry Henry's record, right? So he's not unsettled, and the team isn't unsettled because we're going to win the league at Cantor.
His performances haven't reflected.
That is nonsensical.
Performance hasn't reflected that, but his future, obviously, he would be thinking about what the hell am I going to? Who's my next club?
Listen, he said as much. Yeah.
Going to be unsettled.
So if you're going to start arguing, what you should have done is what Uche said. You're happy with Salah signing. That the end. Now you asked me a question and then you started babbling on about something.
I was correcting your point.
My thoughts as the opposition to Salah signing are, I hope he deteriorates in the second year. I don't think there's much chance next year, but he's 33 going into the next season. So I think he'll be pretty consistent in terms of numbers-wise. He may have a little drop-off from this season, but then he'll have normal numbers, which will still be good, but there'll be more normal numbers.
No evidence.
Because there's no evidence for the future. I'm sorry, but we're not magicians. We're not God.
Yes, why you saying it you're giving me all this little...
It's my forecast. Yeah, you know about forecast? It's my forecast. So I'm suggesting what may happen in the future.
Yeah,
so usually what happens is that players deteriorate at a certain point.
Your wish list.
When on this scale will it deteriorate? So he's 33 going into next season. If he continues with these numbers, it will be insane.
Of course.
The
numbers are the best we've ever seen in the Premier League. The end. For him to replicate that, 33 going to 34,
he doesn't need to.
It's just unprecedented. Well, that's fine. He doesn't need to because the numbers are so high. That's why I'm saying that even the performance level that he'll drop to should still be sufficient for you to have signed him. Does that make sense? Even if it drops year on year.
But he signed now. What's the issue?
It's a great signing.
It's a great signing.
If you let him go, you are mugs.
Yeah, but
I think
we didn't.
you're mugs for letting it go this far.
I was going to say that.
I know, but he didn't. He's done now. He's signed. Let's talk about what they signed.
You know what? You know why you're lucky? If there was actually a team, like a suitable team that was about for him, he'd be gone.
Yes, but he signed. So why are we still talking about it? I don't understand.
Yeah. All right, yeah. He signed. The end. That's true.
Why isn't there a suitable team for him? Why do you think that is?
Players, what team has a position open for him that is suitable at the top level?
I don't think he was going to go, but they needed to, like you said, done this ages ago. But the fact is that he's signed, and we can just move on with that news and stop putting all this negative spin.
Listen, think about the teams. No. Don't do this. Think about the teams. Yeah, Madrid. Would Madrid sign him? No.
But they can't sign him. There's no space there. There's nothing.
Barcelona would, but they got financial disarray.
Barcelona. No, because Rafinha's doing mad numbers anyway.
No, because wait. No, I can't let you say that.
It's because they haven't got the money.
They were looking to get rid of Rafinha before he had this ridiculous season. They were literally looking to do it at the start. So, like I said, we easily do that if you wanted to go there as well. But like you say, the problem is, are you going to get rid of him? I don't know. I'm sorry?
They didn't want him, is the bottom line.
Yeah, but are you going to get those numbers? You might not want to go there. But again, why are we talking about all this? He's signed.
Because our host has asked me some questions.
No, because at the end of the day, the problem is Arsenal fans they're still distraught over this news. And it's paining you anyhow. Because while we're dealing with this, you're dealing with Martinelli. While we have this wingers, you got Martinelli and friggin'
we've got Saka.
We got Saka, mate.
And
Salah replacement.
And Trossard.
What's that got to do with? What are you talking about Salah? And you're mentioning Trossard. What's happening?
I'm telling you that. Look, that's what this is about. He's signed. He's staying. And VVD was signed. And you got the same issue, the double trouble. You're gonna come against this again, right? Nobody has the answer to Mo Salah. Mo Salah, top goal scorer, top assist maker, top of everything. Everything you look at, all you see is only Mo Salah. Only Mo.
Although to burst the hype bubble a little bit, I heard that he's only scored one goal from open play since Boxing Day.
No, I said there's no hype bubble, so shut your mouth.
Need that continue.
Wow. Someone called security for this guy.
Is a hype, and you're coming with security. First, what you said, I never believe any stat that come out of your mouth. So I need to check that. There's no way. There's nowhere on this planet what you just said. Without me verifying, I'm taking it from
verifiable stat. So
Google
is your friend.
For me personally, there's no way I'm taking it.
I'm being more respectful to the host, otherwise I'll kick you out. But anyway,
again,
he has scored one goal.
Wait, Aki, no, sorry, stop talking. Say that stat again. Because
it doesn't make
in my head, it's not making sense.
It's not making sense.
From open play since Boxing Day. So basically, he scored a couple of penalties. He scored a couple of penalties.
In 3 months, he scored one open play goal. Is that what you're saying?
No, man. That sounds booky.
That's what I heard.
That's what you heard now, is it? I can stop chatting rubbish, man.
Who did you hear
it was on Sky Sports. It's a verifiable stat.
What are you talking about, Aki, man? Aki, did he not play?
Verifiable stat. He hasn't scored in the last 5. He's gone 5 games without scoring.
Okay, so that means
that's in a month, mate. You said since Boxing Day. He hasn't.
Wait. Aki, be quiet. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you a simple question. Aki, wait. This is what I'm saying. You can never trust this guy. Aki, did we play Everton and he scored? Was that a penalty?
Huh?
I'll repeat the question. Aki, we played Everton. The Merseyside derby. Salah definitely scored. Was that a goal or penalty?
Did you hear what I said? He scored one goal, so that could have been the goal that he scored.
Oh, that could have been the goal. So
tell me another goal. Tell me another goal then. No. Let's play this game.
Okay.
Tell me another goal then. Tell me another game. It's so easy, right? If the stat is not right, then tell me.
He scored twice against Southampton.
Yeah, 2 penalties.
Were they 2 penalties?
Both penalties, yeah?
They were.
Sorry?
They were, yes. Are you not a Liverpool fan? You don't watch our games.
What'd you say? What'd you say about?
Are you not a Liverpool fan? Do you?
What game are you talking about? I know the Southampton. I didn't say Southampton. I didn't say Southampton. No, I didn't say that. Mikey said that.
Wait a minute. So let me just ask. So
tell me another game. That's what I'm
in January. Wait.
Before you give me a bad name on this pod, tell me.
In January, he scored 1 against Ipswich, 2 against Bournemouth, 1 against Everton, 1 against Wolves, 1 against Villa, 1 against City.
And
they were all penalties.
It could be from February rather than
Don't
December.
stutter, my friend.
When we scored, when he played Aki, what goal did he score? And what goal did he score?
I think it was February. Maybe I misheard.
This guy sets himself
Aki, what goal did he score? You see what I'm saying? I started it. What did I say?
Anyway, look. We're running out of time. We're running out of time. We have to move on. I'm sorry.
No, we're not going to move on.
How did we go from Boxing Day to...
No, we are not going to move on.
And he had the cheek to ask you, are you a Liverpool fan?
We got other topics.
Like I said from the beginning. Anyway, this is why I come to this guy seriously. I knew from the beginning, from the get-go, that anything that comes out of his mouth as statistics, one, he doesn't verify anything, and two,
it was February. It was like, wait,
you should have known that stat was off. It was off. It sounded off.
He doesn't sound off. No. I'll tell you why it doesn't. Craig, I'll tell you why it doesn't sound off, because this is what he does. He comes up with stuff. He doesn't check what he's saying, and he just goes with it. Do you understand what I'm saying? And now he's actually trying
a bit like you. Anyway, as I've said, we've got 10 minutes left, so we need to move on now. It was great having that conversation, Uche.
No, it wasn't a conversation. You were saying stuff.
You can park it for next week. We'll leave a 5-minute section for you. So moving on, we've got Liverpool versus Leicester. We have Liverpool versus Leicester next weekend, and Arsenal versus Ipswich. Are you still going on? Come on, we're talking about Liverpool versus Leicester now.
I am still going on, because you're not going to get away with it. You can't just keep talking.
Right. As I said, we'll try to leave a couple of minutes at the end, and if we have time at the end, we can continue. But right now, look, this anarchy is unacceptable. So anyway,
I'm not doing anything anymore. I'm done anyway.
Don't have it, Uche. It's unacceptable. He's playing you off.
We're going to be talking about Liverpool versus Leicester.
No, we're not. We're boycotting.
Hopefully Mo can get a goal now, because he ain't got one since Boxing Day, innit? From open play.
As I said, I heard it incorrectly. It was February, and I saw Mikey checking the stats, and he can probably back me on that one.
No, I can back you that you're a liar.
It wasn't a lie, because it wasn't exactly new. I didn't know.
It was a lie.
It wasn't. I read, like, there was a stat. He's gone 6 games without scoring. That is a verifiable stat, actually.
From your fantasy team, yeah.
The host has ruined Uche's aura. Look at his mood. Hey, he should be happy that
with a champion shirt.
As you guys know, yeah, I said it from the beginning. That's my biggest issue. I said the moment he said those stats, I said I know it's a lie, because he doesn't want to verify it, doesn't do anything. And then for him to try to now come up with something, it's just annoying. So I'm like, stop saying stuff and do your work, do your research before you start coming on here and talking rubbish. And then don't do this stuff where you try and talk over people where you don't know what you're talking about. If you're not a subject matter expert in something, humble yourself and don't talk about it. That's what I'm asking you to do. This is pathetic.
That Mo Salah and VVD are signed, and you guys are arguing with each other.
I'm not even arguing with him. No, but City, you think I'm arguing, but I'm not arguing with him. This is ridiculous.
Be humble.
You guys should be happy he signed, man. What's up with you guys?
No, Salah signed into mutiny within the Liverpool camp.
No, but if we're honest, Salah does have a tendency towards the end of the season to drop off, and he had like the one season where he didn't do that was a season where I think we come 4th or 3rd, and he banged in quite a few goals in that running. But generally speaking, Salah does tend to have a drop off at this part of the season, and we are kind of seeing that play out. He hasn't scored a goal in a number of games now. Obviously, I'm happy that he signed a contract. He's one of the best players in the world, in my opinion. But you can't ignore the facts. He's normally hot from the beginning of the season until about December, January. And then from that moment onwards.
What's your point? You don't have a point to make. That's the problem. The point is, right now, as a league,
guys, let me mediate.
Everybody gets to play 13.
Yeah, calm down, guys. Calm down.
Let me mediate. Relax. So, Aki, what you should have said was, in most seasons, Salah has a little bit of a quiet spell. You shouldn't have said Salah hasn't scored an open play goal since Boxing Day, because that's a lie. And then you backed it. Then you kept backing it, and then you kept talking over everybody to try and mask your lie.
No.
You tried to say there was a source to the stat as well. Sky Sports.
No. I misheard the stat, but it wasn't a lie. It was just an incorrect stat.
No, but I knew it was incorrect. So I was telling you from the beginning. That's what I was saying to you, because I watched the games. Even you should have known.
But you still
it doesn't sound right.
Hey, wait. You name a game when you
Aki, Uche's last point there is the most pertinent point. You watch the games. Like, you should know.
Yeah.
I watch Arsenal games. I watch Liverpool games even. So when I'm
to be fair though, I haven't he has won quite a few games without scoring. Like,
listen, I replayed it in my
final, PSG, both games.
Happy. I replayed it in my head, and it was impossible. Boxing Day to now is over 3 months. It's just not possible. Yeah, that's it. Let's go. Moving on, host.
That's crazy.
And to
Liverpool
question support as well.
Is it Liverpool Leicester? Is that what we
I think everyone can mishear a stat every now and again.
Right. So my prediction.
No, I don't mind that. That's what I'm saying. You're not listening. I don't mind.
You're wrong and strong, Aki. That's the problem.
Wrong about something, and I told you to move on, and you're still arguing over it. That's the problem.
No, what are you talking about? I said to move on, and you guys brought it back. I said let's move on to let's talk about Liverpool.
You didn't apologize though for the misinformation.
This guy. Jeez. Anyway, let's move on.
He still didn't. Okay, let's go.
So my prediction for Liverpool Leicester is 5-0.
Oh wow.
No need for talk. My prediction for Arsenal Ipswich is 2-1 to Arsenal.
CT?
Leicester Liverpool. I'm going to go for 2-0 Liverpool. Because Mo Salah hasn't scored since open play since Boxing Day, apparently. And so you're struggling. And then Ipswich Arsenal, I think we'll beat them. I'll go for a 3-1. 3-1 Arsenal.
Uche?
Yeah, I think Arsenal, unfortunately, will win that game because, it's Ipswich.
Unfortunately, what are you bothered about? Bring your shirt up again.
Because honestly, to be quite honest with you, the quicker we can end it, the better. So I hope you guys don't turn up. But obviously, it all depends. We all know, like what CT said last week. It all depends on what happened at the Bernabeu.
Have we had this guard of honor nonsense clarified yet?
No. It's
you win it, or is it
when you play? It's optional anyway. So you can, if the manager, it's optional anyway. So the manager has to agree. So Arteta has to agree.
Yeah,
so
but we'll
why
agree.
Is it on us?
Like that.
For the next game, you win.
Is it the next game, or is it every game?
That's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. If you let me land.
Every game.
No, but it's optional though. Like, you don't have to do it. Is what I'm saying.
I hope we opt out of that crap.
I'm right into the club.
I hope we opt out.
Right into the club.
Salty.
Yeah, it's salty, bro. That's the bottom line. Is I read up on it. Basically, whether it's one game or not, it's not really relevant. If you don't, you have to.
No, it is. No, it is, because if the league's done before you come to us at the Emirates,
then
you can just dash away
the game. Yeah,
but
let me correct.
Game, that's fine.
It's Anfield anyway.
And Chelsea have to give you the God.
It's Anfield. It's Anfield anyway. Let me just remember, because
we definitely should be giving no God.
Because I remember Saka dealt with Robertson the first game. Yeah. So basically it's optional, and that's what would surprise me, because you see people doing out of respect. So clearly, all managers feel that need. I think Arsenal have a lot to learn, and the players and the manager have a lot to learn about being humble and doing that kind of work. So I think.
What makes you say that, bro? What makes you say that? Go on,
you know what? I want to correct my prediction. Ipswich to win 2-1.
Yeah.
Let's get this league done and dusted.
Yeah.
And then you guys will be happy because then Everton will have to give you a guard of honor. Oh, no, it's not.
No.
Chelsea fixtures.
No, it'll be
He's
Spurs.
gone. He's gone. You kicked him out.
The host is gone. His time was up on his dial-up.
Yeah.
It's Spurs. I think it's Spurs. It's Spurs that I think it's after Leicester, it's Spurs. Yeah.
Yeah, Spurs deserve to do that. Let them do it.
And then after Spurs, it's Chelsea.
Losers.
That's why the fixture list was supposed to be mad, because if you think about it, if everything was close, look at that kind of fixture list. If Spurs was what it was supposed to be, and you add the fact that the other guys, it would have been a crazy situation. But obviously, that was not the case. So.
Nah, he's back again.
Oh, what? Who did that?
he showed up. He showed himself up again, so we have to add him in. So yeah. So I think Liverpool probably. I'm with CT. I don't think we was going to score high scoring. It'd probably be 2-0, even though I want it to be 5. But
you don't know Leicester.
I know, but look, man, they showed up against Brighton.
You don't know Brighton. Brighton.
They fell off, innit? They fell off, man.
Hot and cold.
I'm still saying a win. I'm just thinking it's gonna be like I don't think we're gonna destroy them, because I don't think all strikers are in form like that. So I think 2-0 will be fine, and that's all we need anyway. Just get a clean slap, and that's it.
I'll go with 2-1 Liverpool versus Leicester. I reckon that'll be a tight game. We're not in great deal of form at the moment, so I think we'll actually struggle. Ipswich surprised me against Chelsea, so I'm hoping that could again be like maybe a 1-1.
Yeah, me too. 2-1 Ipswich.
Well,
do you reckon Arteta will rest players for that game?
Hopefully.
Yeah, we got bigger fish to fry.
The under 18s.
Is the Champions League the week after that? It can't be. Surely there's a little break. So?
No, there must be a little break.
Yeah, there must. I think there's a week break. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you don't need to rest anybody, do you?
You still got your reservations in Munich.
I never had reservations in Munich. I had reservations. Okay. Since you're gonna breach the subject, that's fine. I don't mind. I had 2 reservations in Liverpool. One for when we win the league.
No, don't lie. You had reservations in Munich. Stop
Let
lying.
me finish. I'm not gonna lie on this spot for no reason. I had 2 reservations. I had it for one when we win the league. Then I had it when we do the league and Champions League double. Obviously, I've cancelled that one. If that's what you're.
Anyway, the hour is up. So
dial-up's running out again.
He gets off again. Go.
Don't worry.
Go on, host.
Oh my God, he's gone again. I told you.
All right,
pay his bills, man. What's going on?
Right.
Yeah, thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like and comment. And if there's anything you want us to discuss, please put on the YouTube channels, because we'll try to any topics you want us to discuss next time. Take care and speak to you guys soon.